Okay, so I need to tell you about the time I threw rocks at cars and I was at school and got away with it.
Huh? What's going on? Y'all are going to jail! Period!
Okay, y'all, so it was 4th grade. I was in 4th grade and bruh, it was a hot summer day. It was like recess. And the way the playground was set up, you had the jungle gym and the slides and all the playground equipment on one side, and then you had a field, and then you had concrete that had like a basketball hoop. I think there's like 2 hoops, so you could actually play like a full game of basketball if y'all wanted to. Some bleachers, not bleachers, like benches, but they were metal, so it was like metal park benches and stuff, like picnic tables. I mean, by that area there were some trees, like a slight bit of trees. I'm like Google Maps it. Okay, I didn't have to Google Maps it for y'all, but so this is the school, this was the lunchroom, this is outside, this was the basketball court I was talking about, this is where those benches were that I was talking about. Here is where we were. We were here. Can I tilt this? Oh yeah, sit us down. Oh, now we get in perspective. Okay, wait, okay, it's doing too much. Why is it taking me up? So, but yeah, this was us. This was us. This was the door to the lunchroom. Okay, we got it. This was us. Like, this is where we were standing. When I tell you we were literally standing like at the edge of the parking lot. Hold on, my bad. Ooh. So yeah, y'all, it's recess. I remember as a kid, I stayed on like the playground and stuff because I didn't like basketball. I didn't like really play none of them type of sports.
Oh, nigga, you a faggot, 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 you a faggot.
If for some reason on this day, I decide that, I don't know, I'm gonna be by the parking lot. I'm just standing there, it's just me and who was it? It was me. I think it was just me at first, like me and a few friends that I don't know. Like, cause this is 4th grade, y'all. I don't remember these niggas. But it was them, me, them, or whatever. Let's just say it was me. No, it couldn't have been me though, because I would not have just done this on my own. I mean, I would have, but I wouldn't have done it without somebody else being there.
Smell like bitchy here!
I think it was me. And somebody, they had like these pebbles, right? They weren't like big rocks. They were like stones, pebbles, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could probably skip them across water if you wanted to. And I think that's what we were originally trying to do, me and whoever it was. So I knew it was me and somebody. And the idea was like we were going to be skipping stones, skipping rock. That's what we were trying to do at first. We were like skipping rocks against the pavement. And stones, pebbles, whatever you want to call it. And so we skipping them. And, being me. It ain't shit funny, bitch. Stop fucking laughing. This is vandalism. I get the grand idea to start picking them up and like throwing them by the car. Okay.
That shit you poured
In the parking lot.
I should have fucked you up, but I let you walk away and I let you come get your.
Yeah, I was like throwing them by the cars. I started getting a little bit bolder, okay? And then I started throwing them on the roof. I'm throwing them, and I remember I was starting to get a little bit of an audience. Like, not an audience, but like more people who I knew. They were like friends at the time. Like, they were all people I recognized, or they were probably like in my grade or something like that. They start coming up and they start joining in. They started participating, okay? That's peer pressure. I didn't know my influence was just that strong. Like, I just didn't know like the power I held at then. It's just like if I do it, people wanted to do it too. I just didn't know. Yeah, we started throwing them. More people started throwing them. None of us were like trying to break no glass though. Like, none of us were trying to get in trouble. Nobody was trying to like actually like. Nobody's about to pay for nobody's car damage. We just throwing them and then we just, seeing where they land basically. Yeah, so they're like, ooh, let me join them. They like start picking up the rocks and, well, pebbles. I mean, it's so dramatic calling them rocks. I don't think they're big enough to count as rocks. Like, this is I think the smallest rock we have in this like little backyard of mine. It wasn't even this big. It wasn't, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like a real rock. They were like pebbles. Right? Oh yeah, so that's really what we're doing, right? We're doing that. And then I remember this one guy, his name was Alex. I remember he comes in and he's like, what are y'all doing? Like, that's what everyone wanted to know. Like, what are we up to? I really don't remember what I would say when people were like, what are you doing? Because what do you say? Like, oh, I'm throwing rocks? Like, who says? I don't think that's how you get in trouble. So I don't think anybody was saying anything like that. I think it was like, what would we say? I don't know. I probably just put them in. It's like we skipping rocks, or we kind of throwing them in the parking lot. Or maybe I was bold enough to be like, we're throwing rocks at cars. I don't know. That's just, I would think that'd be stupid because that gives anyone any reason to tell on you. So what he decides to do is grab, and I remember because he said it, I don't know if he had like a list, but he comes up with this thick thing of wood. It was like tree bark, or like it came off a tree. I don't know. It was like I don't know. It was just like a thick piece of wood. It wasn't a stick, but it was like a thick piece of wood. And I remember he called it a barf stick. Like, that's how he pronounced it. Like, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if he had spit in his mouth. I don't know if he had a list, but he called it like a barf stick or something. I remember I was like, what? What's that? Like, but he had it in his hand. I was looking at what it was. It was probably just like, you know how trees shed? So it's probably like a shedded part of the tree, or you know, something like that. Hold on, the lighting looking kind of good right here. Hold on. Oh, I should have been here the whole time. So yeah, he grabs this barf stick, which I think he might have said bark stick when I really think about it. Like, that's probably what he was saying. He just said it in this weird way. And he had no braces, I remember. So I don't know why. Maybe, you know, probably had like speech impediment. Bitch. I don't know in which order it goes. I think I threw it and I think he threw it, or maybe somebody else did. It was thrown, basically. It was thrown. The first time it was thrown, it was missed. Like, it didn't hit anything. And I think we were disappointed. Someone runs in the parking lot, grabs it, comes back, and it might have been me, but it might have been them. I don't remember. I just remember it was thrown twice. Someone grabbed it, and they threw it again, and it hits the hood of the car, and it was kind of loud. It was like a little. It connects, like it impacts. It hits the hood of a car. I remember we was like, ooh, like it hit like the side, like the upper side. I think it was like the upper driver's side part of the hood. I mean, it's wood. It's not gonna do anything, but it still hit though. And we were gagged. We were shocked. We was like, but eventually, this girl, her name was Lauren. She's like, "Are y'all throwing rocks at cars?" It didn't have to be explained. She called us an act. Like, it's crazy how nobody. First of all, it's crazy how we weren't like in a hidden area or nothing. We weren't like I feel like we were out in the open. Like, it wasn't like any teacher could have been saw us. You know what I'm saying? Like, anybody could have saw us. They probably, I don't know. I'm just saying, I don't know how that went on for that long, because we were doing that since recess started. Because I remember we got in trouble before recess ended. So, but anyway, did I lie? I mean, you can't lie, but did I? Because I don't know how I was feeling. Like, was I proud of myself? Honestly, knowing me as a kid, I probably said no. Because I used to love to say no when I got caught doing exactly what I was doing. So I was like, no, with, you know, the thing that's in my head. I'm gonna tell the teacher.
Oh, now we gotta go?
And she went off, and for some reason nobody heard her. Like, it wasn't like she took me off to the side and she like asked me like, hey friend. No, she just came up to us. So she was to be known that she thought to go tell. And don't get me wrong, I believe that she was. I remember I like gradually walk off. Like, it wasn't like I'm like bolting off. They're still doing it, mind you. This whole time they were like still throwing pebbles at, like, or you know what I'm saying, still continuing the bullshit. And I didn't run off immediately when she said that. I didn't make it obvious, basically. I just like slowly walk off, and I go all the way to the playground, like as if I was there the whole time. And like I think I was like on the swings or on the slide, or you know, I'm somewhere around there. Like, it wasn't me. I didn't run. I did not run. I just like walked. I remember, because I was not trying to get caught. I was trying to make it look like there. I was nowhere near there the entire time. These people just started doing this for whatever reason. I was never there. I was not there. I don't know what they're talking about. Cars, rocks. I trail off, and I remember I even like found some, you know, I don't want to, you know, in elementary school how you just know everybody, like, you know, everyone's familiar. So I even started like playing with somebody, or like, you know, talking to people, you know, as if, you know, I was never there. But then a teacher comes up to me. I don't remember what I was on, a slide, a swing or something, but they came up to me on the playground. I was on wood chips. Brandon, what? Come with me. I was identified. It did not work. I tried to be slick. I tried to act like I wasn't there. I was caught. I'm walking with this administrator. I think it was a teacher. I don't even think it was like an office worker. They weren't even saying anything. I remember they weren't. It wasn't like they were telling me why. They just like had me walk with them. I followed them. They're walking me back through that sidewalk where I said where like was right by like basically the start of the parking lot, the curb of the parking lot. Basically where we already were. They basically took me to the principal's office, or just the office. We didn't speak to the principal just yet. It was like the waiting room of the principal's office. You know, it's like the office. You got the office staff, and then back in the, you know, in the back is the principal. It was like that. I know for a fact though, I probably said something like, "Am I in trouble?" And I don't remember what they said. I just know like I was like trying to like, why, you know, what's going on? What's going on? You know, why I gotta go with you? So eventually we get into the principal's office. And I see everybody who was there. I see Alex. I probably said like, did they talk to you already or something like that? But no, we were both waiting. I just remember because it was me and Alex and the other, I don't remember his name. It was the guy who I started it out with. Like when I said we were just originally skipping the rocks against the sidewalk, I think it was him. Basically, it was a big three. We eventually end up in like talking to the actual principal. Me and someone else who goes into the principal's office to start explaining ourselves. They were caught throwing rocks at cars. Who? No. So yeah, it was like explain yourself, you know, talk. And so I start talking. I'm like, we were throwing rocks down the sidewalk, which is technically the truth. So you weren't throwing them at cars? And I'm like, I didn't throw any rocks at any cars.
Why the fuck you lying?
So why did they say that you were throwing rocks at cars? And I'm like, I don't know. I threw some in the parking lot. I didn't aim at any cars, but I did throw them like in the air, and I know they landed in the parking lot.
Period.
I'm trying to save myself. They were said that one of the cars like had scratches on them, and that there was like objects by them. I'm trying to remember how the bark stick got brought up. I thought about it a little bit. I'm watching it back, and it's coming back to me. It was me talking to the principal. I explained my part, of course. They let it be known that there was a scratch on the car, and there was a car that we had hit, you know, that bark stick on the hood with. But I didn't know if they like said it first, and that's when I brought up Alex's name. Like I almost want to say I said Alex had that bark stick before they even mentioned that there was any damage or, you know, it's like scratching or anything like that. I think I was just explaining it as like how it went. Like that's how it went. It's not like I made it up. But I didn't make any attempt to like not bring him up. You know what I'm saying? Like I purposely brought him up just because I was explaining the situation and letting it be known that that bark stick was, I ain't got shit to do with that. I mean, I kind of did, but like I don't know. I talked to the principal without Alex being there, and then that's when I brought up Alex's name. I remember literally saying it like, Alex comes with this barf. I think I said it how he said it, a barf stick. And yeah, I don't really know what happened after that. I mean, in terms of how I explained it. Don't get me wrong, I don't think I just made him sound like he caused the most damage, but I don't think they said something, which, like, you know, it wasn't like me jogging. How do I explain it? They didn't say, well, there's this huge stick by the car, and that, like, clicked something in my mind for me to bring it up. It's not like I forgot to bring it up, you know what I'm saying? No, I remember to bring it up, is what I'm trying to say. I just don't know. I think it was just within how I wanted to explain it, like that's because that's how it happened. I was just explaining it how it went. I don't think it was like, oh, we found the stick and then tell me about the stick. I think I mentioned the stick or whatever just because that's how the story went. And I don't even know if I might not have thrown him under the bus. I might have kind of saved his ass. I might say that I don't want to do that because I don't know if that's for sure. I don't even want to. I'm trying to make myself look better because I know what I did. I know I brought that man name up, not to throw him under the bus, but just let it be known that, like, that's how it went. He came up with this piece of wood, and that's what the piece of wood has to do with everything. And so if there's any damage to anyone's hood, it's because of this piece of wood that Alex brought.
Stop saying my name. Told this bitch stop saying my fucking name.
Nothing really came of it. I think it's because there's no damage on the actual cars for it. Yeah, y'all, I didn't get suspended. They didn't call my parents. They just basically said not to do that again. He didn't get in trouble either. Like, no, like, pretty much everybody was left off the hook. I didn't get in trouble. My parents knew nothing about it. Like, they still don't know nothing about it. I've never told this story until now. And if they don't watch this video, they're never gonna know. So, I go back to class. I go home. It wasn't that serious. I made it home without my parents bringing it up. Like, I got a phone call. Like, nobody said anything like that. Like I said, I kind of knew everybody that was participating. And if I remember correctly, everybody, like, I saw them the next day. We didn't really talk about it, though. I know for that, for sure. But yeah, nobody talked about it. I remember, I think if most of anything was said about it, was like, did you get in trouble? Or, no, they didn't do anything. No, nobody called my mom. Nobody called him. You know what I'm saying? Nobody knew about it. I don't even know if I, like, got my recess revoked. Because there was a few times where when you would get in trouble at recess, they would have you, like, stand on the wall if you were actually in trouble for something. But, like, you weren't. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have detention back then, so it was like, well, sometimes they would have you go to, so there was detention, although they didn't call it that. In elementary school, it was you would go to a different classroom that wasn't having recess, and you would sit there and do work, you know, work on like some homework or something like that. But I don't even think that happened. I just think I got away with it. Yeah, I don't know. It's just nothing ever really seemed to happen. Like I said though, it wasn't that big. Like I wasn't actually throwing rocks. It wasn't like big old rocks that could like crack windows and shit. It was just pebbles and stones and sticks and stones. Literally sticks and stones. So I don't know. I don't think he got in trouble. I don't think anybody got in trouble. I just don't remember for sure. And I feel like somebody did. I do feel like somebody got in trouble, and I don't know why. Like I don't know why I'm having this like slight vague feeling that like someone said that like they said like you're good, but so and so will be getting like a call home. Like I don't know why I feel like I have that in my brain. I don't know if I'm making it up. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. I might just be making it up. Yeah, that's how me and my friends was throwing rocks and sticks and pebbles, and I'm being so dramatic. We were throwing pebbles and sticks, and none of us got in trouble. And I think. And I think I might have thrown Alex under the bus. Okay, sorry Alex. I'm not saying this with no boasting. It was just a funny little story that I remember. That being said, I wasn't like a bad kid in school. I mean, bad as in like I didn't like get into fights and like disrespect the teacher and all that. I just would do stuff like that came to mind, and then some of those things I wasn't supposed to be doing. So yeah, I got more. I wanted to tell 2 stories, but I think I gotta go soon. But yeah, if y'all want me to continue telling these little random childhood stories, I got a lot. Well, I don't got a plethora, but I got a good bit, okay? So, and I'm still trying to figure out why I brought Alex's name up. Like, did I just throw him under the bus for fun, or did they ask him? Did they ask me about him? I'm really trying to figure this out. I just know I felt the need to mention him by name and object. I had to identify him. I was one of those people though who was like, if I'm in trouble, we're all in trouble. So I probably did just bring him up to save myself, and to make sure that if I do get in trouble or suspended, he better not get to go back to school the next day, because we were all part of it, okay? I don't care if I started it. No, y'all joined in, okay? Guilty by association, okay? If I'm going down, we're all going down, period. Don't do nothing bad with me, because if I get caught, you're gonna be brought up. Period. But yeah, y'all, I'll talk to y'all again when I got some more. Let me think, can I fit in another story? I kind of want to fit in another story, but I don't know if it'll be a school one. Like I don't know if it'll be like a childhood story. I kind of want to tell about the time that I ran my friend off the expressway. So if y'all want me to tell that story next, like it up, okay? Like, subscribe, all that, okay? Because I got some really random stories where I'm at fault. I guess I was at fault here, you know. If you want to hear the story about how I ran my friend off the expressway, like the video, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, all that, all the links, space hey, okay. And I'm gonna see y'all next time.